Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, welcome to the training today. Got some good information I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. It's going to be a really quick training today. Let me just see who's all online real quick. Of course, we got our panel here. We've got Andre, we've got Jeremy, Lanacia, of course, Ro, Candace, of course, myself. We're all here today, and again, we've got some good information to share with you guys today. Just a few updates on a few things, and maybe give you guys a few opportunity to maybe ask a few questions or whatever. But what I got today is very short, so if you got some questions, this will be a really good time for you guys to ask those questions. So first off, let's just jump right into it. This past Thursday, we released a new marketing system for our Wake Up Now business, and for a lot of people that are wanting to use it. It's the My IBO Lifestyle Marketing System, and been getting some really good feedback from it. Been able to bring in a few people in the business with it over the past few days. So far, so good. I think it really gives people a good opportunity to really see a lot of the information, really sets you up as a leader. So I think it gives you a really good presentation. So I know a lot of you guys are putting together your welcome videos. I've been getting a lot of those here lately. So again, congrats on that, getting your welcome. And I watched a few of them today. I know, Ro, you just did one today that was awesome. I've seen a lot of people setting up their lead capture page video, the video that plays in the background. So a lot of people have been having some fun with that. So what we're going to be doing, just to kind of give you an update, I would imagine those changes may take effect sometime this week, right, babe? What do you think, in the next few days or something? I know it's a real simple update on that. Yeah, so probably another few days. Basically, what we're going to be doing is when someone opts in, right, they go to a page and they go to your lead capture page. Especially if you have the Pure Leverage Autoresponder, you'll be able to use this. So people opt in. Once they opt in, they're going to go to a different page, and on that different page, it may be a different video. I'm not for sure exactly what just yet, but beneath that video will be some qualifying questions that that your prospect can be able to answer. For example, one question would be something like, "What's your business experience? Online or offline? Like, what's your background?" Then the next would, of course, would be some other. Will be also other questions like, "Put your name. What's your first name? What's your last name? What's your phone number? What do you what type of income are you used to making?" So if you're whatever, I'm used to making a couple $1,000s a month, for my job. I'm used to making $5,000 a month for my job. That's fine. So they can put that there, and then you can put in what is your goal in terms of income that you would like to be earning, and so they can check whatever that amount is, and just kind of questions like that. So then when they hit submit, then they'll go to the actual web page, but then you'll get that information, and you'll have a much better understanding of what that person's position currently is in business, if that makes any sense. So I think it gives you the ability to call them if you want to call them and say, hey John, this is Steve. I saw that you opted in on my page and everything. I see that you filled out the form, and it said here that you're used to making around a couple $1,000s a month or whatever, but you want to start earning roughly 5,000 or 10,000, whatever the amount, and you're willing to invest a couple $100s for that investment or whatever. And so what you're doing, you just basically just going back of what they just told you, if that makes any sense. And so instead of people, because I know with me, I've never really been a fan of calling leads where I just get a name and a phone number. I've never been a fan of that, and here's why. Because every time I tried it, it just never really worked for me. Because one, they never answer the phone. Two, when they do answer the phone, you don't know anything about them, and it's just awkward, if that makes any sense. I don't know anything about the person. I just never been a fan of it, unless I have some information about that individual. And so we're going to be putting together another page between the lead capture page and the opportunity page. And again, if I get someone that opts in and then they see a few of those questions and they don't fill out those that information, it probably wasn't a good prospect even to begin with. But guess what? You still got the remail. Does that make sense? So you're not really wasting your time with a lot of people that are really just tire kickers and just kind of playing around and not really serious. So we're going to be trying to playing around with that and testing that out. I think that's going to be really cool. And I saw it from another funnel over the last few days, and I remember a long time ago I was involved in something and they had that same type of setup, and it was so cool to be able to get the information from everybody. Not everybody, because everybody didn't always fill it out, but a lot of them did, and it was just so cool to kind of have like the inside track for a lot of the prospects that are opting in on your page. I had their name, I had their phone number, I had their what they're looking for. They gave me a little brief introduction of what this or what about this, about them, or about whatever. So if I reached out to them, I just had a lot more ammunition and to really help them in making a decision to join the business or whatever it was that we were doing back then. So I was like, man, I was talking to Roy about that earlier today, and I was like, man, we gotta do that. I know, Roy, you've seen those type of qualifying forms from different marketers out there, different funnels and everything. I mean, you got some insight on that. What do you think about that?
Yeah, there was another opportunity. It was a free opportunity to get involved in, and they used this in their funnel. They used a third-party application called FormStack, and all FormStack does is it creates forms like that, either with a radio button or an area space on the web page that you can type words in, write a little essay or whatever. And people use that, but the problem with FormStack is it costs $30 a month just for that alone. So,
wow.
And people that are really good with making web pages and stuff are good at doing Dreamweaver. You can make your own forms, but you have to have Dreamweaver. And you have to have the skills in order to do that. So, yeah. FormStack was a good solution. It was just too expensive,
Yeah. I think it's going to be pretty cool. And I was thinking too, because on that funnel that I saw that I was going through on another system, they had a video there, and the guy had like a little welcome video, and he was just instructing them what to do below, so they'll know how to communicate with the prospect that's going. So it was really high touch. It wasn't just sign up, opt in, and here's the information. It was more like a process. It was like a real, hey, this is something serious. I really need to know if this is even something for you. So we're going to kind of play around with that, and kind of we'll keep you guys posted on that. Also, moving on, the purge was extended till I think tomorrow. Is that right? I think it was tomorrow.
It's extended to Tuesday the 19th.
Okay, Tuesday, I guess midnight Mountain Time. Yeah, Tuesday midnight Mountain Time. So make sure that you reach out to your people, make sure that they are upgraded, and at least 40 points of volume, or they're. That's going to be an interesting night. That's going to be Wednesday's going to be very, very interesting, to say the least, in terms of what just happens in the organization, how everything compresses. It seems new, but that's how MLM has always been. So I don't know. It's what I mean. It seems new in Wake Up Now, but every business I've ever been in, that's just the norm. I mean, if you're not active, you're just not part of the marketing organization anymore. And if you ever get back in, you pretty much start over from wherever, So that's going to be interesting. So still a lot of questions around that. For those that are on the webinar, if you got any questions, please type those questions in. We might just open up the chat because again, this is going to be a really quick training. But if you got any questions around the purge or any questions around the new marketing system, the My RBO Lifestyle marketing system, just go ahead and type those in, and maybe we'll be able to answer those questions as well. And I think that is all that I have at the moment. So while you guys are typing in your questions, I'm going to reach out to the panel. Anybody got anything to add? Andre, anything you want to add?
I got a quick question too. A lot of people have been asking me about is the They Don't Know SME, the other website, is it transferable to the My IBO lifestyle, or a lot of people may ask me that.
Good question. The They Don't Know system is that product is still active, and for people that want that product, they can still pay $10 and get that system if you want. It's a very good system. Doesn't have a lot of features, but it's of course it's what we've used since the beginning, and they can definitely get that. The My IBO Lifestyle website is something totally different. It's its own. It's a different product, I guess you could say. So they're totally separate. They're not the same. It's not an upgrade from that system to that one. That's why the domains are different. So they're totally separate. They're totally standalone. So if they want the new system, they could just get that new system, and it's just going to give them a lot more marketing capabilities to really brand themselves a lot more effectively than the prior system. Which is still good because you can still put your video, like I think you could put 2 big videos, one at the top and one near the bottom, which is fine, but this one I think is just a little bit better. Good question.
Thanks, Steve.
Very good question. Let's see, Jeremy, any questions, anything to add?
Yeah, actually, I like the idea that you're talking about putting that intermediate page in there. I like the idea because it, we're attraction marketers. We're not chasing people around, and it gives kind of this, gives kind of a look of, hey, do you think you're qualified to join us? This is a very valuable thing right here, and I want to find out more about you to know if you are indeed, can do this with me. We're being a little picky. We want to make sure we got the right people on board, and it attributes that value to what we're about to show them and stuff. I think it's a really awesome idea. I've seen it in a number of places. I actually applied it to one of my websites later on, kind of a at the join me part. But I like how you've got it coming in on the initial before they even get the information, attributing that quality to it.
Yeah, I agree. I know when I first went through this other funnel, and I've seen it before, but it just really hit me. I was like, man, we got to do that in ours. And I think it really set the stage for, I got in a certain mindset like this is something serious, even before I saw the information. So I was really eager to see what this was about because I had to fill out that information and everything. And I think for those that take the next, minute to 2 minutes to fill out, it probably won't take that long actually, because a lot of it would just be clicks and more of a here's a question, and then there's like, the answers right there, and they just click the buttons or whatever. And then it might be maybe 1 or 2 where they can type out some information, but I think it's really going to make a big difference in the quality of prospects that we can follow up with. And because we don't want quantity, we want quality. And I don't like, again, I would love to contact, because I know some people say, well, Steve, how come you don't have the phone number on there? I said, well, one, people tend to take more actions the less, fields there are on your lead capture page. So if you got like a, first name, last name field, phone number, email, all that, you're not going to get that many conversions. I'm just going to let you know. You'll have some people that'll fill out the information, but you'll miss a lot of people. And so if you just have just the email on there and they opt in, well, boom, we already got the email. Then when they go to that next page, then we can get the rest of the information from that point on. And I think it's going to make a big deal. So I'm looking forward to that. Ro, anything you want to add or anything you want to add to the conversation?
You know what? I agree with you guys. Having those questions in there, it does create more posture for you as a professional, because they have to qualify in order to get any of your time, any of your personal time to talk to them, and it does put you in that light of being an expert, being a professional, and you're going to have to take some time and answer some questions. You're going to have to basically qualify for my time. So in order to put people in that, in putting people in that kind of mindset, it makes your job easier when you do follow up with them. You already have all the weapons it takes to basically seal the deal. So I'm loving that. I'm loving that.
Awesome. Cool. So we'll definitely finish up with that. Let me go to the chat here. You got any questions back here? Let's see.
Yeah, we have a couple, but first, I want to tell everybody, if you're on the call and you're unsure if you're going to be affected by the purge, go into your back office, and when you log in, you're going to see the little thing that looks like a speedometer with the little needle on it. Click on that, and that'll let you know how many volume points that you have. So that way, if you're unsure of how many points you have, I mean, you know if you haven't paid or not, or you know if you paid. So just log in and just kind of see where you're at. That way, if you're unsure about being affected, you don't want to lose your spot, then you won't have anything to worry about. You know that, okay, this is what I need to do. Or if you have 40 in volume, then you're in personal volume, then you're like, okay, I'm good. So just do that. And then also, while you're back there, go ahead and update your auto pay, turn it on. So that way you don't have to worry about that in the future, because I know that's something that you have to do manually. It's not automatically set up, and a lot of people tend to forget about it, because, I mean, we forgot about it. We had to go in and change it ourselves, so just something to think about. Questions. Will it be an issue redirecting one of our domains to the new questionnaire, or should we not do that?
I think the domain. Well, the domain, I mean, I don't think you should have to change anything with the forwarding, would you? Because you're just adding something to the flow on the back end.
Yeah, if we add it in between, it'll, in essence, be 2 lead capture pages, in essence. You would have the regular one with the email, and then you would have the qualification one. So it'd be 2 separate ones. So you can just leave it. I personally would leave it like that, so that way you're at least getting their email, because if they go to the qualifying questions and they're just a tire kicker, they're not going to fill it out. But at least you have that email, and you're going to keep hitting them all the time instead of just sending them directly to the questionnaire. Because also another thing to think about, if you send them directly to the questionnaire, some people may find that a little too much information, too much overwhelm, and they may want to get off. So I would just keep it the same with just a regular lead capture page.
Yeah, I think they were saying, would they have to change, if I understand the question, if they would have to change it once we make the change. But yeah, they would just keep everything the same. So it won't be any changes on your part. So if that gets added, it just gets added to the funnel. So you won't have to change anything. So if you've got a domain name already connected to your lead capture page, everything will still be the same. You'll just notice one day when you opt in, or if a prospect opts in, it's just going to go to another page, and then they won't be able to go to your opportunity page until they hit submit on the form page. So on your end, everything will be fine. Good question, really good question though.
Next question.
What other ones do we have?
The next one is, I guess they're struggling with a warm market. They sign up as preferred customers. I guess this person's only had a few signups as an IBO, and none of them are qualified yet. So I'm guessing she's asking, what can I do about making people coming my warm market instead of becoming preferred customers, becoming IBOs?
I guess, to make sure I understand, so is it, should they have them come in as preferred customers first?
No, all of their warm market is coming in as preferred customers instead of IBOs. Okay. So I'm guessing she's asking, what are some techniques that she can do in order for them to either just sign up as an IBO or get them to upgrade to be IBOs?
Okay. Well, one, if you got quite a bit of people that are preferred customers, one is just having them use the products, having them buy some stuff. That's really going to help them to really see the value in what we have. Just because they're a preferred customer, remember, anybody can be a preferred customer, and there's really nothing to it other than just signing up, and then from that point on, what's going to determine if they really see the opportunity or see the vision of WakeUpNow is by them using the products and the services. And without that, it's going to be really hard. To kind of get them to be converted is, one, get them plugged in on a webinar, get them plugged into some of the other information. Ask them, do they have any questions about the opportunity? Have they really looked into it? So a lot of that is really doing that. But for me personally, I don't really bring in a lot of preferred customers, especially warm market people that I knew. when we initially got started in Wake Up Now in February, where it was before we started doing a lot of internet stuff, it was mostly just talking to people that I knew. They didn't know there was a preferred customer program. They didn't know that because I didn't tell them. I said, well, Steve, how much does it cost? $99.95. That was it. That's all they knew. They didn't know anything else. They didn't know it was a free membership. They didn't know any of that. Not that I'm trying to keep it away from, but that I'm trying to build a business, and I'm looking for business partners. And for business partners to run with me, they have to have what I have, and that is a $99.95 membership. And so because if you initially go talk to warm market, individuals, people that you know, love, trust, and you're giving them those options, they're always going to go that route. If you give them that way out, that's where they're going to go. For me now, if I had to do it all over again, and we got with the Explorer Pack and everything, I would leave with the Explorer Pack and be like, well, $150. I say, well, you know what? Tell you what, I can get you in for $99.95 though. They're like, really? Yeah, I can get you in for $99.95. I mean, don't worry about the $150. I got you. I got you. I'm gonna send you a link. Go here. It's only $99.95. That's how I would do it. And see, it gives you an option. In the same way, psychology says that you give people an option, they'll make a decision faster. Now, if you give them the free versus the paid, I mean, what do you think they're going to do most of the time, especially if they're new to marketing? So you got to really look at, when you're talking to your warm market, you got to be careful on what you share with them. Because if you give them the way out, oh, well, you can just get in for free, well, thinking that they'll upgrade, and now I can't speak for everybody. I'm only speaking for me. For every person that I've seen and people that have called me that said they brought in a lot of preferred customers, most of those people never upgraded. That's just a fact. Now does that happen in every case? I don't know. But I've seen hundreds, if not thousands of people in the last, 6 months. So, a lot of people that I've seen that bring in a lot of preferred customers, they never really rank up. And so you really want to be careful when you're giving that. I know the company wants you to, hey, you can be a preferred customer, and I get it, but I know we're trying to build a business. You're trying to rank up, and you can't rank up if you got a lot of free members. I mean, that's just period. It's just not going to happen. You're going to really have a tough time ranking up with a lot of preferred customers. So when you're sharing it with people that let them know that, hey, we got 2 options that you can join: Platinum and the Explorer Pack. Even if they go to your website, especially if you got the new website, and they see, I love how Lanacia put that on the website. If you look at the comparison chart, it shows the free version. There's really nothing checked on that side, because you really don't get anything other than access to the marketplace. And so you see the value in the Platinum package and the value in the Explorer Pack, so you visually can see, well, hey, I don't even need to be a free member, because you don't even get anything. I need to be a Platinum member. I need to be, an Explorer, Pack member. So, I'm kind of running on, but again, be careful when you're sharing the preferred customer, because it'll come back around and bite you, in the what, it's. Because some people say, yeah, I got 25 people, and they're all preferred customers, and they're excited about that. I'm like, really? You really excited about that? I wouldn't be excited about that, because I don't think a lot of them will actually upgrade. And most of the time, not all, but most of the time they won't, because that's just all they think about. It's free. Okay. So good question though.
Just remember, free doesn't pay.
No.
If you have a product that's free, how are you going to make money off of it? So kind of think about it like that. Offer like Steve said, offer the Explorer Pack. Well, that's too much money. Well, we have one that's $99.95. So they think that they're getting a discount.
And that's worked, guys, because I've done that since we've had the Explorer Pack, and it works every time. I mean, for people that I'm really talking to that are really seriously interested in getting in the business. I'm not talking about somebody just playing around. I'm talking about somebody who's really serious about getting in. I say, well, hey, we'll just get in. Get started on the Platinum package. That'll get you in. That'll get you where you can qualify for commissions. That'll get you started in business. Okay, well, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. But then we get some people that just start at the Explorer pack. Either one's fine. At least a platinum package, you at least need to start there. That was a good question. That was a really good one, because we get that all the time.
Yeah, and another thing you can do too, I know Candace did a post about it. Say, for instance, you have someone that's not necessarily interested in the business, but maybe they're having some tax issues. That's a good tie-in to lead into like TaxBot or something like that. I mean, you're paying what, $14 or $19, however much it is a month, but you still have them because you know something that they're going through. Yeah. So that's just another way of doing it, because this business isn't for everybody, but we have a lot of products that will suit just about everybody. So if they're not really interested in the business and no, that's not for me, okay, well, maybe you might want to take I know you're trying to get out of debt. We have a great product called One Finance that could help you get out of debt. Would you be interested in trying it out? I mean, it's just another option, because we have a platform, we have tons of services.
And even in that questionnaire that we'll design, of course, we're going to kind of cater it to Wake Up Now, so we might have some questions in there that will be related to some of the things that maybe what we offer. So, because I think asking the right questions will always dictate on where they go. And we got to know what they want first. Remember, guys, that's all sales is. All sales is not twisting people's arms like some people do. There are some hard, cutthroat salesmen out there, right? But sales is basically solving a problem. Someone has a problem, and you have the solution to that problem. That's all the sales is. And once you find out what the problem is, and then you can provide the solution, then you really don't have to sell anything. So I hope some of you guys just got that. That's really all it is. It's finding out what the problem. So if you got a lot of, going back to the other question, so if you got a lot of preferred customers, go back and ask them, what do you think that they would be interested in? Sometimes we kind of know a lot of our family members and friends and kind of know some things that they're going through, and see how, and educate them on how this product or this service can help solve whatever that problem might be. Whether it's money, whether it's finances in terms of, getting out of debt or whatever the situation is, just ask those questions and that'll help long term.
Yep. Who knows, they might upgrade later.
Yeah.
It's time to do the business.
True that.
Next question. I know some of the panelists are involved in more than one home-based business or multiple businesses. Do you find it helpful or hurtful to promote both in the same social media sites or places?
Okay, this is a good question. This is actually on my schedule to do a video about multiple streams of income. Where do I begin? It's very difficult to do multiple businesses if they are in the same niche. That makes any sense. So if you're in one travel business and you're in another travel business, and the main product of that company is travel, the main product of this company is travel, it's going to conflict. That makes sense? Now, if you're in a business such as Wake Up Now, and then you're in a business such as, let's say, Pure Leverage. Well, Pure Leverage offers services and products that helps people in Wake Up Now, in Amway, in Mary Kay, in whatever the program or company is. Doesn't matter what the company is, because their whole product line is all designed around everybody here on the panel, because we're all entrepreneurs. So you got to look at what the opportunity is. Not really opportunity. A lot of people look. I know. I watched a video. One of my mentors, Tim Earl, where he said a lot of times people join things on an opportunistic basis, just to make money. You want to look at things on a more, more strategy. Okay, I'm in Wake Up Now, and I also want to do this program that offers me certain benefits to help me market my Wake Up Now business. And oh, by the way, this other company has a little affiliate program on the back end. So even though I'm going to use some of these services that this company offers to help me in my Wake Up Now business, hey, I can make a little extra money on the side in conjunction with my Wake Up Now opportunity. That makes sense? That's how you want to look at things. That's how we look at things. We're not in, everything that we do is strategy. Everything that me and Lanacy do is strategy. Ro knows it. Candace knows it. Jeremy knows it now, right? You know, I think Andre's been following. He knows. Everything that I do is strategy. There's a reason why I'm doing it. And, you know, if it's this program, if it's MLSP, well, the reason why I'm in MLSP, because, one, I need that foundation of education and that the know-how to do a lot of stuff. And oh, by the way, they got a little affiliate on the side, so I can make a little extra money while I'm sharing it with other people that can give them the tools and resources that they need to be successful in their business. So my thought process is, if you're new, and of course if you're new to the industry, you kind of want to limit a lot of different things that you do, but there are a lot of what I call absolutes that you're going to need in business. And some of the things that I do in conjunction with Wake Up Now are absolutes that I'm going to need. I'm going to need an autoresponder. I'll always have a pure leverage account, no matter what I do. Whether it's Wake Up Now, whether it's this company, whether it's that company, I'm going to always have an autoresponder, period. I'm going to always have my Lead System Pro. I don't care what company I'm involved in. I'm going to always have that, because that is going to give me the edge over all those other reps in that company on how to do this and how to do that, how to close this, how this works, how that works. You know, YouTube just changed something. Now they're telling me exactly what I need to do to change my business so it can affect whatever, because I got access to that information. Or if Facebook just changed something, it's going to give me the information that I need to always be ahead of the game instead of trying to figure things out. And so when you look at things like that, look at it as, so, because there's always going to be a shiny object coming out. Guess what? It's coming out again in another couple weeks or another month or another 6 months. Another shiny object. You got to ask yourself, okay, that looks interesting. Am I looking at that from an opportunistic basis, or am I looking at it as something that's going to help me with what I'm doing now? And oh, by the way, they're paying some nice commissions too at the same time. Okay, that's how I look at things. Is it going to help? Can it help me with my brand now, and so on and so forth? And that's why just about everything that we do is affiliate based. Wake Up Now is the only network marketing company, traditional MLM, that I do. Everything else are affiliate programs with tools and resources to help you in whatever your business is. So to answer your question, I wouldn't do multiple businesses if they're in the same niche. Okay, and what I mean by niche, same type of company. Now, some companies offer some of the same services, but it doesn't mean that they're the same, if that makes any sense. I mean, when you look at a company, they're going to have a flagship product, and if you join another company and their flagship product is the same as the one that you're already in, well, you're gonna bump heads. You're gonna confuse people. Because they're like, well, if you're in this and that, then it's gonna cause some confusion. So look at what companies offer and look at the benefits of it. Just don't look at the money that they pay. Look at what they're offering and say, hey, is that something that you can do? I kind of hope that answered your question. Just be careful. If you're new, it's kind of hard to do two businesses that are the same like that. If you're an expert, been in the game for a long time, and got a list this size of Texas, maybe you can do whatever you want to, because it doesn't matter. You got a big reach that you can touch people on, so it really doesn't matter really what you do. But if you're new, I would keep it very small in terms of, because you're trying to build a following, and if you're trying to build a following initially and you got too much going on, you might confuse your followers while you're trying to build your brand. But make sure, if you are doing different things, make sure that it complements what you're currently doing. So I hope I'm not confusing anybody, but
Well, think about this, guys. If you're new, you're still learning the business. So if you're new and still learning, it really doesn't make sense to be doing too many different programs, because eventually you're probably going to just end up confusing yourself and, like Steve said, confusing your followers. So you need to have that foundation of knowledge first before you can start going into something else. Now, what we did with the They Don't Know, yes, there are multiple streams within the They Don't Know because we have MLSP and we have Pure Leverage, but it's all tied into one system to where you're still just promoting Wake Up Now so you can learn, and so eventually where you can branch out, but you're still focusing on the main thing. And you're having, once people sign up, they're going to get the website too, so you're going to get a commission by default from Pure Leverage and from MLSP. So focus on the main thing first, learn, and then you can start branching out. And then, like Steve said, if you're going to branch out, don't do something that's similar. Do something that's going to complement, like we do. We have Pure Leverage as an autoresponder, and we have MLSP for training. They complement each other. They complement Wake Up Now because you need those in order to build Wake Up Now. So just something to think about.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely does make a difference when you look at it like that, because you're going to need those tools anyway. So if you're going to need training and you're going to need marketing tools for your business, it's best to do something that has a commission. I'm not going to typically I don't refer anything that I can't get paid from. I'm in the business of having transactions or making transactions. So if it's something that I'm using and it's really helping me in my business, I'm definitely going to refer it to people. And typically, if it's something that I'm using, hopefully it has an affiliate base to it as well. And even things I've done in the past that don't, I still refer, especially if it's something that's helping. But just kind of keep those things in mind. And as you grow over time, you'll see how more effective that you can be because you diversified your income. I'm a firm believer, guys. I mean, in the MLM industry, some people may disagree, but you really, in the MLM industry, network marketing industry, you have to have multiple streams of income while you're building. Period. MLM commissions usually are lower, but they grow bigger over time. Okay, so, but I know a lot of us are in positions a lot of times where we need money now. Well, Wake Up Now, you got to have at least 12, which really isn't a lot, because compared to a lot of other companies, you got to have a whole lot more to even make that amount of money. But you got to have at least 12, and then of course this is you rank every month. That's just the nature of the compensation plan. So a lot of times, you really need to have other streams to help you make money while you're ranking to F3, while you're ranking to F4, while you're going to F5, so on and so forth. You got other streams of income happening that's complementing and even helping your business move faster. And at the same time, because other people on your team are getting those tools and resources, you're making money, and even your team now is making additional income while they're building their business as well. So that's how we've structured it. That's how a lot of the heavy hitters out there in the industry, in the internet marketing game, that's how they structure their business as well. They position it to where it's called a sales funnel. It's basically what it is, and that's what we develop. So kind of keep those things in mind. I love that topic. I can go on and on about multiple streams of income because that's really what helped us get to. That's what really sustained us, guys. When we first got started, with internet marketing, I guess you can say, because we had multiple streams of income that complemented, the number one goal. That's what kept us in the game, because when we weren't making that much money in the MLM for whatever reason, we still had other monies coming in from the other tools and resources. So it just really worked out really, really well. And not just for us, but a lot of the people that we learned that from, and even the people that we taught. So that was a good question.
But remember, you still want to make Wake Up Now your main focus, because Wake Up Now is your retirement plan.
Yeah. Because all you got to do, even with the funnel that we made for the IBO Lifestyle website, your main focus is still Wake Up Now, because everybody you bring on, here's the thing about people, if they see that system, guys, which a lot of them will see that first, and they join your business, what system do you think they're going to want to have? They're going to want to have whatever whatever you show them, they're going to like, well, hey, well, how do I see this corporate site I got? Well, how do I get the site that you got, the one that I like, that I signed up through? And of course, you'll be able to send them your affiliate link. They'll enroll, and of course, they'll want the autoresponder, and they'll want to get MLSP and whatever else, right? And guess what? You get credit for it. So even though your main focus has still just been Wake Up Now, but by default, because they want the same system that you have set up, they're going to get those other tools, which again, just by default, just created residual income outside of Wake Up Now for you moving forward. Just like magic, poof, just like that. No effort, okay? And that's really what it's all about, guys. And that's what you call a profitable or a funded proposal sales funnel. So I mean, that's what really makes the difference in you, and that'll help a lot of people maintain their business while they're in Wake Up Now. Good question, guys. Good question. I like that one. That's a good one. Any other questions? I think we got to end it here, so we'll probably take just a few more that are there.
We have one question that's really about the system. It says, when I clicked on the My Ideal Lifestyle website join button, it took me to my corporate site. However, I did not see that I am the enroller. How do I know if the person will sign up with me? For one, make sure that you have just your username in there and not your entire Wake Up Now link. Because if you have your entire Wake Up Now link, it can cause some issues where your enroller won't show, because it'll be your link.wakeupnow.com. That's how it's going to show in the system. So just make sure that you have only your username in there, and it should work, because all it does, just by putting your username in there, it's your same Wake Up Now link that you already have. So it goes to your username.wakeupnow.com. So if you have your link in there, like I said before, it's going to be your link.wakeupnow.com. So just put your username in there, and that should clear up the issue for you.
I know sometimes some people are confused about what their username is. Your username is whatever you use to log into your back office of Wake Up Now. Normally, I know you can either do your email or your username. Your username will be just a group of characters, typically a group of letters and numbers in most cases. So whatever that is, like for ours, we type in our username is just a group of numbers. It could be whatever it is, right? So just make sure you type in just your username. Don't type in the full deal, just like Lanacia said. So your username is whatever you normally use when you go to wakeupnow.com. You trying to check your status or check somebody just came in or whatever. When you go to that field, it says please log in. It says username. Whatever you type, that's what needs to be in that field on that website. So just kind of remember that, and then whatever else, you can go from there. So username, then you put your password, then you're in your back office, and go from there. So good question.
Make sure that you don't have any spaces before or after, because that could cause an issue too.
Yeah, just make sure your best is really just to copy and paste it, if you can. But if not, just make sure you type it in. And but if you have any questions or anything, definitely reach out to myself or of course Lanacia, and we'll get that fixed up for you. Were there any other questions, or was that the last one?
That was the last one.
Okay. All right. Well, cool, guys. I know we've been talking here. We need to run here in a second. Anything you guys in the panel need to add before we close out today? Yes, we're good? Okay, perfect. So, hey, guys, again, good call, good questions, and we'll post this up a little bit later once it's available. And again, in the meantime, just a quick recap. We'll be doing some updates to the website, putting that extra page right between the lead capture and the opportunity website. So we'll be working on that and come up with some good questions for that. The purge again will be Tuesday. We have till deadline is Tuesday, 12 p.m. Mountain Time. Okay, so I guess if you're on the East Coast, that's what, 2 o'clock? Yep, that'd be 2 a.m. Central. That'd be 1 o'clock. And I guess of course if that's here in the Pacific Coast, that'd be 11, I think, o'clock. Yeah. So again, guys, that's all we have for today. Again, closing out the month of August. Man, it's about to be September already, and can't wait to the event. It's going to be crazy. So We got a few weeks left before the event, so we'll be posting up a lot of information about that here over the next few weeks. So with that said, guys, have a good night. Have a good rest of your Sunday evening, and we'll see you guys over the top.